Jelly Madness, and welcome to another episode of the Jelly-Filled Donut Podcast.
Woo!
Exclusively-ish on the Low Blows Network and a week later on the Nerds of Roast channel.
Exclusive, yeah.
Exclusive-ish.
Only slightly stale Jelly-Filled Donut.
Yeah, exactly. A week
Still
old.
good after a week.
Yeah, it's good. It's not to throw through a window and break it. That's the barometer I'm using. So, it's usual here, myself, Jonathan, James, Bert Bott. And we've got another humdinger of an episode to review, lads.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good one this time round.
Actually, yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's a fun one. We are going to be reviewing episode 7 of the Pokemon Indigo League series.
Yeah.
And this one is the Waterflowers of Cerulean City.
This was one of my faves as a kid.
It has girls in it.
Yeah, it like ratioed wise, yeah, there's more girls to men in this. Brock fucks off
I
halfway
don't
through
know
the
if it
episode.
passes the Bechdel test though.
Do they talk about something related to the plot? Do they all have names?
No. Well, no, they do.
Yeah.
Well, they
I
did.
can't remember them. It's like
No.
Sissy and
Yeah,
Missy.
Daisy was the only one that was named. And like the other ones were like, they weren't named until afterwards.
Oh,
Maybe.
then it doesn't pass the Bechdel test?
No. Better look next time, I guess. I'm just saying, lads, the world was only ready for one of Misty's sisters to be named. The other two, you just had to wait until, like, times change, you know? Society wasn't ready.
Yeah.
So, as we always do, we're going to kick off with our rundown of the episodes. So, we get a kind of recap of the last few episodes. The narrator saying that Ash is improving in skill and confidence.
Well, I mean, starting from 0, anything is an improvement.
I don't know. I'm sure he's negative. I think he's in the negative here. Like this is just after the Metapod episode.
And the Brock episode and Mount Moon.
Where I suppose...
He didn't show much skill in Mount Moon, to be fair. He was a passenger.
He was
in that.
definitely in the background of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
You had Seymour, who was like the main star of that.
You mean Clefairy?
Clefable, indeed.
Yeah. The Cleflavius.
Rick, if you take that as a title name, I will never talk to you again. Do not enable this person.
I think if you listen very closely in the intro, you can hear Jonathan screaming
Internally.
No, but he hasn't really shown like pure shithousery that he won at Brock.
No.
And I don't think he's shown much improvement, to be
Well,
honest.
let's see if the shithousery works from this time as
Yeah,
well.
because if he's going for a second badge here, you'd like to think he's going to put some effort. No, I couldn't even finish that.
Yeah.
So narrator focuses on Brock joining the adventure, which is a turn for the books indeed. And we get then a reminder that Gary scribbled some graffiti just to mock Ash.
Yeah.
Because the other two trainers apparently don't matter. They're apparently just like they're all good friends. You know, they're nice rivals.
It's seeing things like this makes you think, okay, Gary actually might be a dick here because he's after taking off on the adventure and writing on the noteboard that the kid who writes the short bus to school is a loser. So he
Pretty
is
much,
actually mocking the handicapped.
Yes, essentially. Yes.
So,
I'm shocked to hear that Gary in fact was an asshole. Like there's something about his personality. He just seemed like such a cool guy with cheerleaders, and they definitely weren't paid off. He had a convertible and all that.
As a 10-year-old, like with a convertible, that's impressive.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you can imagine he's on like My Fucking Sweet 16 or something on MTV.
Oh,
like the shittest parties and then crying because he didn't get the right Lexus.
Yeah.
Fucking prick. I'll push him down the stairs myself.
I wanted a shiny.
Shiny Lexus. Fuck. And then the Lexus just turns to be a fucking ditto. Did you not think it was weird that the Lexus had a face? No, actually, I didn't.
All cars have faces.
Yeah, but not a fucking squiggly line and 2 dots, James. Okay?
Those lights would do nothing.
To be fair though, Mr. Elon Musk, if you want to fuck with people, that's what you should do for your next car. Just have a Ditto face and just freak people out all the time. You know, like that cake meme that's going around? Do that for Ditto. Right?
I'm actually
Genius.
disappointed we haven't seen like Ditto masks as part of the lockdown.
That's true, actually. We haven't seen that yet.
That could have been.
I am ashamed I haven't thought of this.
Etsy exists for this one and only reason. I just want to point out there. So
Pokemon themed. You can be your furry.
Well, that's probably why it's not catching on. They want to expose themselves. Okay, so the episode starts proper then with Ash and Brock strolling around, enjoying the sun as Ash tries to relax and like have a bit of banter with Brock and reminds him gently that Gary's better than you. What? No, how dare you? And suddenly snaps back into
I'm the greatest in the world.
Yes, hubris mode as we'll call it. So yes, we We always get this kind of crazy notion that a Pokemon trainer can be both focused on the job at hand and also relaxing. But as we know from other Pokemon trainers, it's one or the other, isn't it? Like, let's be fair. So Pikachu then looks behind us and notices Misty is running towards them. I presume she was socially distancing. I mean, that's the only real kind of course of action.
Boys
there,
are smelly.
I mean,
that
the
is true.
city is actually fairly quiet in these scenes, so there isn't many people around. So, like that, this might have been at the point at which it was a 2-kilometer radius.
Potentially, yeah, exactly. This is where it's still at the tail end of the restrictions, where people just can't shake the habit of not interacting.
Yeah,
because we are going to get to that stage of our lives, isn't it? It's just like the first time you get hugged, is like, what the fuck was that?
What is this?
So anyway, Misty asks them where they're going, as if she didn't know from the previous episode where
and
they
like
were.
the last 4 weeks of hanging out.
And also all the signposts that she's obviously walking past on the road.
Exactly. And she gets told that they're going to Cerulean City, and she freaks out. And again, this is unusual for Misty because she never freaks out before.
She's so calm.
She's so calm and collected, just like cool, like running water. Yeah, see what I did there? That was clever. It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So Ash retorts saying that he's looking for more badges. Misty warns him away from Cerulean. It's full of junkies and scary ghost Pokemon that will stab you. No, I think we established. I think Cerulean is.
Waterford.
Waterford, yeah. Waterford's good. Yeah, I take that. I think Waterford. I was going to say Limerick, but no, I think I'll go for
Limerick is always like wet and rainy.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
No, Limerick's like a port city, so that would be Vermilion.
I was going to say Galway for Vermilion.
Yeah.
See, I thought that's part of head, you see. I know. You see.
Someone's planning these podcasts out. Nearly like
what, there's structure to this? No way!
You're clearly lying
you
to your teeth. That's it. I'm actually expecting some form of professionalism from us, man. What the fuck are you on, like? You've eaten that fucking poker food again, haven't you? I'm worried about that. So, as I said, like Ash laughs it off completely because like Misty does all the scary facing things, and Ash again is too stupid to sense danger. It makes you shocked and wondered why he was able to survive this long in the wild with her and ever. So he walks off with Brock. Misty exclaims, blocks her path. Suggests Vermilion City instead, because there's a waterfront, nice harbour, giant yachts, lots of cool Pokemon. I don't know if you play the games, lads, but there's no cool Pokemon in Vermilion City unless you're really into Magikarp.
Yeah.
Isn't there a Machamp building?
Yep, there is.
There's a Machoke doing his job, yeah. But I mean, you can't catch him.
There's a guy who gives you a bird.
Spearow, yeah, I suppose.
And there's the Farfetch'd.
Well, Farfetch'd, yeah. I don't count Farfetch'd.
And that one guy who loves talking about his Rapidash.
Oh yeah, that guy, the fetishist,
yeah.
Oh, I didn't. Oh.
I think you've blocked that out of your memory.
Yeah. I just feel bad for the Rapidash, really. So yes, there's also a giant park on the hill where she can watch the romantic sunsets. Again,
now, who's she addressing with this? Is this trying to sell Ash or trying to sell Brock?
You see, I think this is a cheeky little nod to like Misty having a boyfriend, but in the games she has a boyfriend and it's already established. I think in Gold and Silver you actually interrupt one of their dates.
You do.
And so they're like just having a lovely time by the lake, and he just scarpers off because he's seen a child. It's kind of funny.
They're up at the shifting spot playing Pokemon cards.
Exactly. Oh, is that what the kids call it these days, eh?
That's a throwback.
Yes. There were other podcasts we've done this week. And whatever. So we get Ash makes his decision and he decides to go to Cerulean City as if he was ever going to change his mind.
Oh yeah.
Name me one time that Ash actually listens to Misty in this show.
I think we should drink when that happens.
I really think we should celebrate. Like I think it's like like we all go out for a meal to celebrate. It's like a substantial meal, obviously. So Misty falls over and mumbles that she didn't want to end up back here again. Ooh. What could she mean by that? I wonder, stroking my chin. So night falls. So night falls, and we get a shot of a kind of like a storeroom. But we see a whole lot of machinery on walls and so forth. Duct things open, and James pops his head out, and
not you.
No, obviously. Hello. Far more camp back then. So the coast is clear. Jessie and rhymes their way out of the duct, as you do, because of Team Rocket. So they kind of have their flashlight out, and it shows what looks to be kind of generators or machines or something along the lines of that. They stop, and they seem to have found something, which is this massive green machine that will apparently give them what they want, which is
Pokemon!
shocked and appalled to hear that they might be trying to steal Pokemon. When have they ever done that?
Using a machine is kind of a new one.
Yes.
Like, usually they're just kind of using their own incompetence.
They're evolving as characters and people.
No, they're going back to form. Back in the second episode, they threw bombs out of their balloon.
That's true too, yeah.
So this is them going back to like, okay, we knew what worked.
Yes.
Attacking from the air. So more machinery.
And Mount Moon, they had that like drill thing as well.
That's true. We don't know where they got the drill. They just found it.
Yeah, I feel like they just stumbled upon it by accident. Or like, what does this do? Got trapped in it as it tunneled through Mount Moon.
Yeah, in fairness, they were testing it out in the previous episode, and they were just underground all this time.
Yeah, they haven't managed to escape, and they just ended up in Cerulean City by accident.
Yeah, if they had gone to Mount Moon like a couple of minutes earlier, they would have seen them come out from the dirt, looking like hunger,
They've put
malnourished.
so many Diglets and Doug trios out of the business now.
That's the one thing about Diglets, they're just all unemployed. It's really sad, really. You should have seen them striking it, man. That was fucking great crack.
That'll actually be one. How does Team Rocket get back to the plot after every episode?
I just imagine fast travel. Just like, just when they go like, are we clear? Yeah, in an episode? Right, go on, let's get a cab back. So, the next morning, and Brock and Ash are wandering the streets of Cerulean City, and it's a really fucking dull place, it seems. Although they think it's nice. It's not sold to us in the art, it's just like, here's a crossroads, here's another crossroads. Oh god, look at everything, it's a crossroads.
Yeah.
So they notice that Misty isn't following them anymore. The two wonders why she hates them so much. And Ash concludes, once and for all, the lad's mindset, we'll never figure out girls.
A conundrum.
It is.
Yeah. It's like a maze. Can't begin to fathom it.
It's an enigma wrapped in a mystery, wrapped in a maze.
Like, it is Ash, so he's...
And there's reverse psychology at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Just when you think you haven't figured out.
Just when you think you've got the question, they change the answer. So a shot of the police. We got a shot of the police outside the store. Big crowd outside what is called Machine Shop, which is definitely not translated in any way. So Ash and Brock pop in then, might join the crowd. So sparking their curiosity, they run to see what it is, and police have cordoned off the area as they survey the scene.
Yeah.
Ash asks a bystander, and apparently burglars broke into the area. And Officer Jenny overhears this and considers Ash very suspicious, and I tend to agree with her.
Yeah.
Trust me. And tries to question him. Emphasis on try, because much like most police, Jenny is a bit overzealous with the questioning. So overhears Ash thinks then it's Jenny from Viridian City, but it turns out it's her sister-in-law. Because in-laws look very similar.
Yeah, exactly. The same.
You know.
That's not creepy on the husband's part either.
Not at all.
Oh,
not whatsoever.
I hadn't thought of that.
And you have to do your hair exactly like my sister.
You just assume it was a husband?
So Jenny implies that
it
Ash...
was another Jenny who married someone who looked identical to her.
Yes, that's what happened.
Right.
Clearly.
Yeah.
So she implies that Ash has had a run-in with the Viridian police. Tries to pretty much arrest him by deducing that if Ash may have asked for directions, he found the wallet, or in fact the burglar. So that was her line of logic. That was how she got to figuring out if he's a criminal.
Yeah.
We'll say, what are the three most possible situations here that you know the police it's not clearly straight away you're a nonce. And she kind of scales back from that. She builds up to, oh wait, maybe you're being nice, maybe you're being super nice. Nope, you're under arrest. It's I can kind of see why Team Rocket just has to fucking lay the land here, if that's the policing. So obviously the two plead their case, claiming they'd never been to jail, they just arrived in town and wanted to see what the commotion was about. And again, curiously, Jenny notes, remembering her crime novels, that criminals always return to the scene of the crime.
I'd love to see the training that Jenny had.
I presume it's just watching nothing but episodes of Columbo. It's literally just like, oh wow, the killer going in, that's
Murder
really handy.
She Wrote.
Oh, that'd be good, yeah.
Yeah. That's why she's suspicious of everyone.
Yes, and then she just taps on her little typewriter.
Yeah.
Not realising that she was the killer all along. Come on, is that
just the police?
To be fair, are we not accepting that Jessica Fletcher was the murderer in most cases? She just happened to be there all the time.
Oh, yeah.
She was there the whole time, and it was very suspicious.
Very suspicious.
Why did no one ever looked into her?
Holmes, we cracked the case. So anyway, Ash has to use his Pokedex to basically get out of this crime. explains his case. Brock shows...
I'd love if the Pokedex was still as sassy as before and just refused, like, no, you idiot, I am not explaining anything to this police officer. Rot in jail, you gobshite.
Or if it was just like, yeah, this guy is really special. Really special. Like, we can't underline that heavily enough.
No, the best thing will be if he flashes the Pokedex and he goes, "Hi, I am the Pokedex. Fuck the police!" So Brock shows him the Peter Jim badge, and Jenny, seeing enough, apologises and then turns her suspicion to her sister-in-law, who apparently has weird taste in friends. I think she's getting friends and suspects mixed up again.
Yeah.
You know, it's just policing, lads. It's just you need to try more effort. So Brock interjects at this point and suggests that Jenny shows him around town because he's new. And I think
that is a tactic to.
Yeah, it is.
You know,
it's
while
one
I have
of
you
his more
apologising.
subtler tactics.
Yeah.
I choose to believe this is Brock's sexual awakening. This is where he realises, oh, hello, this exists.
Handcuffs.
It won't go away.
Yeah, the handcuffs did it for
In
him.
fact, it's even getting bigger. What's going on? Because he must have been so repressed looking after 10 kids all this time. Like, he just never had a chance to use it. And now suddenly, ding! Just going off in his head, like.
So is this the first Brock is being a creep?
Brock the sex pest.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even. I don't think I'll call it this one.
It's too subtle at this
Next episode of the week, episode after, that's when sex pest Brock kicks in.
Yeah.
And it properly, like, not even like, it's a throwaway line almost. But then they realise, oh wait, this is funny. Let's just keep doing this.
Yeah.
You know, this is what kids find funny.
Jenny and Joy.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Man, you imagine the fucking OnlyFans he would subscribe to nowadays. He'd go out of business. Oh no, he'd be in fucking debt, like. So.
Back to the plot.
Back to the plot. So Jenny explains then what the problem was, what it was, and it was quite unusual. Didn't take any money.
Yeah.
All he took was a giant vacuum and hose. And Jenny has no time to speculate, and she zips around the place trying to disperse the crowd.
Yeah.
To no effect, it seems. But we do cut away.
Probably tried to arrest someone else on the way as well.
I mean that is kind of implied, isn't it? Really, like just to just take the most like suspicious person there. So we move on then, and Ash and Brock are sitting on a park bench talking tactics. Relieved obviously that they weren't victims of police brutality. So Brock suggests Ash goes to the gym because he's chubby. Ash tries to get Brock some inside info off Brock, but there's supposed to be this kind of like scouts honor between gym leaders, so he doesn't get anything. But Ash gets this nice little phrase: "Know yourself, know your adversary, and you hold the key to victory," which is way too smart for something Ash to say, like. And I feel
like he was reading that off a billboard behind Brock.
No, I think it's even stupider. He saw it in pennies on like a t-shirt.
On a t-shirt.
Yes, yeah. It was actually written on the side of his sock, which was one of those like lesser spotted motivational socks you can buy just to keep you running. But no, he does fess up completely, and it was actually the Pokedex that told him that. So not only is he not unable to motivate himself, but the computer he has in his pocket has to do it himself.
Yeah.
Like, I love it when my phone says, "Lose some weight, Jonathan." Oh, thanks, phone. Wow, that's a really good idea. So
you should really get some sleep now, Burkbot. No. Okay.
Yes, I always said I never trust what my watch says, and I don't intend to change. So, like I said, Brock
my watch is talking to me, and the toaster is evil.
So yes, Brock says he's never met the gym leader, and he knows his special move, but doesn't share.
Okay.
Throwing him off the scent here, it seems. So Ash asks, Brock says it's a gym leader's code. So Brock leaves Ash at the crossroads because he's got something to do. He just says, "I've got something to do." So what is it? Just stuff. Just stuff.
He's going to stalk Officer Jenny.
Nailed on.
Yeah.
He's going to try and get himself arrested again.
Yeah.
This time with a very valid reason.
Yeah.
So anyway, Ash tries to find the gym on a map and sees this dome building with a statue of a dugong on the roof. And conveniently, it's titled Cerulean Gym.
Okay.
So we hop inside and we see that there's a swimming pool with a Tannoy announcement introducing the stars of the show. And we see it is the sensational Cerulean City Synchronized Swimming Sisters.
Well done.
Do you want to try that yourselves?
No.
Nope. How many turns of practice did it take you to get that?
I've literally just tried that now.
Impressive.
Yes, that's because you've only drank 1 beer so far. Try me again after 3. So Ash looks up and sees 3 girls in different coloured outfits on the high board waving to the crowd. After some applause, they dive off the board to a majestic soundtrack, splashing into the water. Yep. Some synchronized swimming happens, because I think that's supposed to be what they're doing here. And Ash is confused, thinking this was the gym. Pikachu, on the other hand, is in love. Is genuinely like, this is what I want to be now. I know I'm an electric type and this would not go well for the water, but I want to do this. Fuck this Pokemon nonsense.
This will be my life from now on.
Olympic diver Pikachu is one we never really got, did we? We got surfing Pikachu, we got flying Pikachu, diving Pikachu. No.
We had all the costume Pikachus. We don't think we got a swimmer one as part of that.
No, I think that would be a bit too creepy for Pokemon.
Yeah.
Let's be fair, like.
I mean, they made a ballerina one in Omega Ruby.
Ballet is art, man. What are you on about?
Synchronized swimming is art.
Yeah, but you know, there's a critical
I'm
difference.
sure, like, you know,
it's not
his fur getting wet is just gonna, like, you know, smell of, you know, wet dog, like a wet Pikachu.
A wet electric mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
that's not gonna be good.
No, because you know, like the kind of like mold you get. You'd like a mold off of like a spark.
And all the plush teddies of that, you know, kids are gonna be jumping into swimming pools with it, and then the smell, and then they're gonna be ruined. It's just not.
It's a good point, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad we thought this through completely. Like,
you know what? Let's just get rid of the whole surfing Pikachu.
You're welcome.
I agree, actually. Yeah. Let's just scrap Pikachu overall. Bring back Clefairy. It was so much easier.
Jigglypuff is just a circle.
Yes.
Especially when seen from.
Oh, we can kick the ball around. We can kick it like a ball. Brilliant.
Beach ball Jigglypuff.
Yes. Nailed on, lads. So, the crowd erupts with applause then with the big finish. Ash runs down some stairs, sees a corridor looking into what looks like to be an aquarium. With some actual real fish, lads. There's fish and there's Pokemon.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Living in harmony.
Yes.
Probably eating each other off screen.
Yes, well, I choose to believe there is a food chain of sorts.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you don't become a Goldeen just overnight, like, you know. Somehow Magikarp survives, or I think that's by accident. Or
they probably taste so bad.
Yeah,
maybe.
They are inedible. They went through that in
one of the future
episodes.
Yes, that's right. And there's horrible mental image of like a chopped up Magikarp, and like they
That's
keep his skin on, and he's just still going like.
Yeah.
You can still imagine even chopped up, it's still splashing.
Yeah. And still ineffective.
It's still ineffective. And then it evolves into like chopped Gyarados and just swirls everywhere. I was like, oh, ooh, that sounds
yeah,
cool.
your stomach would be in knots after.
Oh, it would be, yeah, defo. So anyway, so he's there at the corridor and over here some chatter, and it's the 3 sisters heading down the corridor, and they have the most insufferable Californian accents possible.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we get some banter between them, and Ash interrupts, thinking that basically the girls think he's looking for an autograph or an interview because he looks like a fanboy.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's any disagreement with that. Ash explains if he's asking basically if this is the gym, and he's looking for the gym leader. And it turns out the 3 girls themselves are gym leaders. They're all trainers.
Yeah.
The Sensational Sisters.
World famous.
World famous.
And Ash, as the number 1 upcoming trainer, does not know this.
No.
I think that's one of the stupidest things with the show. Like, he doesn't know any of the gym leaders on the way, and how many times does he actually get the gym leader right whenever he shows up to a town?
I think it's after when Brock just tells him who it is. It's like, okay,
here is Sabrina, and you know, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like, oh, and you know.
No, I think he confused someone else for Sabrina as well beforehand.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
like the guy, angry guy with the goatee and the jumpsuit. Didn't he think
he
that
did?
Was
Yeah,
the leader?
Yeah.
That's a Kadabra, Ash. That's an actual Pokemon. It's not the gym leader.
It looks so real.
No, like that is one of the things that as a kid watching this, I was like, whoa, a girl gym leader. Oh, that could be me.
To be fair, it is kind of a big deal, like, you know, especially like for games where like it's all lads.
Yeah.
You know.
And then I got the whole thing. It's like, oh, it takes 3 women to do the job of 1 gym leader, and I was like, oh, fuck off.
Alternatively, you could say that the women are not as power hungry and they're happy to share the love.
Oh, I wish 7-year-old Burkbot had been that articulate.
I can already hear somebody listening to this calling me a cuck. Well, fuck yous anyway. So Ash is obviously stunned by this. Pikachu's still in love, mesmerised, and I can just imagine he's just there with like the shaking, like asking for an autograph, like.
Yeah.
The swimming is apparently their hobby, which is great because it probably attracts more crowds than the gym battles, as we find out. And they make some puns, including they pool their talents and they make a big splash. So it cuts immediately then to the pool side where Ash challenges them to a match, But the girls are not motivated to battle because they've already been beaten 3 times.
Yeah.
I presume this happened before they did their performance.
Yeah.
And they just weren't arsed healing up their Pokemon. Yes, again, Ash is late to the party.
Oh, they're probably in the, they're in the Pokemon Center getting healed at this point. They're going off for a splish splash and then they're going to collect the Pokemon afterwards.
That is what they said, actually, yeah. They're all at the centre.
Yeah.
And the last one that's left is a Goldie and just flaps about a bit.
Yeah.
So did they say they're at the centre or just, we didn't think to heal them, all we have left is Seal?
They did say that they were at the centre. So,
right,
that was established. Apparently, they only have a Goldie left. If it was a Seeking, they could have battled. But it's not. So they decided they changed their minds, basically.
So far they already have a Seal and a Seeking. Or a Seal
and a Goldie.
Goldie.
Yeah. I mean, they probably got enough to beat them. Yeah.
It's enough to beat Ash, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's true. So now that there's no battle, they can focus on being more beautiful, like doing their makeup and doing their thumbnails or something.
That's actually one by default.
Yeah, that's what happens. Like they actually offer him the fucking badge there and then. So Seal pops out of the water, does the whole Seal, opens the mouth, and in it is a Cascade badge.
Yep.
Which I'm slightly concerned about how they store their badges, because
what if the Seal swallows it?
Before any, okay, we're going to do our swimming show. Seal, make sure you eat the badge so that an intruder can't break in and get it.
Seal. Yeah, I can imagine that goes well. So yes, girls offer it to him right away. Ash would rather earn his badges, which is a surprising, statement from someone who hasn't. But he
earned his first badge.
Yeah, exactly. But he reluctantly accepts it, and Misty interjects from the bleachers. What is she doing here in the impact zone? I ask. Pikachu cheers as she jumps from the stand to poolside, and ends with the phrase, "Alright Daisy, if you don't want to battle him, I will."
Dun dun dun. This was a bit where I was like, oh my god!
Yeah, it's pretty good in fairness.
Yeah.
So, at that point we get our ad break, lads.
Okay.
And as is tradition on this show, we don't have any ads because we're covered by our network. Thanks, Rick. So let's do our next round of Who's That Pokemon?
Yep.
Who's that Pokemon?
Who's that Pokemon?
Still gonna put the jingle in lads, you can't stop me. So it's my twist this time, and again, I did very well the last time we were recording. I caught up basically, and I'm now leading.
And I'm trailing behind after such a strong first few rounds.
Indeed, I believe the term is bottling. Bottling it? Yeah, I think it's bottling it. So yes, you have been doing that quite well.
It's
so
a
far.
marathon, not a sprint.
It's true, actually.
That is true.
We've got 86 episodes to go through. You're fucking sure on that one.
Yeah.
Oh Christ.
Yes. So, my entry this time is, its cries are very noisy. This is because each of the 3 heads thinks about whatever it likes.
Okay. I'll give... Oh no, you know what? I'm trailing, so I'm going to take the first...
Oh, you're going to get this.
Okay, so I'm going to go with a Dodrio first off.
Dodrio.
Yeah, you can't...
He's a big Dodrio, so you have to go for something else.
I have other ideas if it's not that, but...
Execute.
You're both wrong.
Oh!
Its height is 6'7".
Executor.
What the fuck is 3 heads other than that one? Doing the Pokemon rap in my head.
Electro, Diglett, Niran, Mankey.
The 3 electrodes stuck together.
Yeah, what's that's what I'm trying to think of. What's the...
It's 6 together with...
Magneton.
Magneton, yeah.
Well, one of you is correct.
Okay.
And the answer is Executor.
Yeah.
I could have sworn Magneton was 6 foot tall.
Magneton
Could be floating at 6 foot.
She was thinking of Dynamax Magneton.
Thank God you're not like a scientist in that sense, where you'd be like, okay, I'm going to measure your height. Hold on, stop jumping.
It makes it really difficult to count. So yes, James, you get 4 points out of that, and you're back in the lead by 1.
Happy
now,
out.
it's Bertbot now trailing. But again, she has a chance to steal because it's your twist next round. So we'll see how that goes.
I'll There's no way I won't.
You haven't be kingmaker again here, so
yeah. There's no way I won't concede. I'll always end up second.
Yes,
after this.
Exactly. Unless like you completely dupe us.
Ooh.
Yeah. If we get it wrong 5 times in a row, then yeah, we. Possible.
Oh.
Possible.
Right.
Okay, so back to the show then, and we get the kind of killer line from last time out, and
replay.
Ash. Yeah, exactly. So Ash hears that Misty is also a Cerulean gym leader and the 4th sensational sister.
She says.
Allegedly, yes. Well, she's the kind of the black sheep of the family, it seems, while the other 3 are like fucking Instagram influencers. Like she's the tomboy who like decided to like listen to cool music as a child, and
she played football up against the wall.
Yes.
She was my hero, basically.
Yes, that's what we're getting here. Yeah, that's
I was being way more subtle.
So one of the girls pipes up saying that there's 3 sisters and 1 runt. At which point you hear
No. It's the Kill Bill music.
To be fair, yeah. There's a few moments where you can just keep using that. So the girls are surprised to see that she's back, saying that they are saying that Misty promised she wouldn't return until she was a great Pokemon trainer.
Okay.
Here she is, and she's not a great Pokemon trainer.
How long was she gone?
You see, she's gone as long as like we only really established that like she has been following Ash around, which is about what 2 to 3 weeks at this rate.
Yeah.
Probably.
And we know that she would have been fishing with the bike, so I can presume maybe like a few weeks before that, because she didn't travel that far. She only went as far as Palatown. Like,
yeah,
didn't exactly go like foraging anywhere, you know. So
she wouldn't have gone through the forest either, so she would have probably gone the long way round to that way. She wouldn't have gone near the bugs.
That's true as well, yeah. So she only went south from Cerulean, so
Can't you go through in the game? I'm just thinking, can't you go through on the bikes going down the hill, and you can
cycle
skip,
road? Yeah, but then
you can skip and.
You can't really, if you're going from Cerulean to Palatown, you have to go through Mount Moon and
or dig the tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she would have gone from Cerulean, Vermilion, dig the tunnel, Viridian. And then that's where she got it from. So I will check it out. Glad that we've fixed that plot hole now.
I'm sure everyone now listening
is
like, that's it.
They've done it. We've cracked the code now.
Yeah.
That's the one problem I have with Pokemon.
For 12 years, this has been wrecking my head. You're welcome, listener.
Yes. We were talking about conspiracy theories.
Your head since you were 16.
We were talking about Pokemon conspiracy theories yesterday, and like I'm shocked we never encountered that one. Like, why did that one not come up in conversation? So anyway, as we were saying, like she admits that she did say that, and Ash realizes that Misty's reluctance to come here. It all makes sense now.
Yeah.
So one of the girls claims that Misty wanted to be a great trainer because she couldn't compare to the beauty and talent of the other sisters.
Cue the Kill Bill music.
Again, yeah. There's like in this paragraph alone, there's like 3 Kill Bills here.
Yeah.
Or Kill Daisies, as the case may be. So Misty exclaims, but Daisy presumes that she didn't want to be a trainer, so Misty barks back, blaming Ash for being here in the first place. Because again, he will not just fess up to breaking the fucking bike. So Daisy again is presuming here, and this time thinks that Ash is Misty's boyfriend, to which they both vomit in horror. So if Misty battles Ash, this should prove her worth as a trainer. So it's killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah.
So Daisy admits that Misty has fresh Pokemon, and Misty asks if Ash is ready to rumble, and Ash chuckles nervously because he's probably not.
Yeah.
So we get in. So Misty stands below a rake of indoor lighting as does Ash on in opposite side, and they're both on floating platforms. So I love that they did kind of cut away from this because it would have been slightly like awkward just to like watch them kind of like getting on the floating platform.
You can imagine like the imbalance as they're trying to get used to their sea legs or their pool legs on like those floating platforms.
And then it's getting pushed out, going like, hang on.
You know Ash had to be helped up onto it.
Probably fell in, the fucking idiot. He's probably just there like up to his knees going like, what's happening? And for fuck's sake,
he's wearing his waterproofs, so no water got on him.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, they have a few other like areas scattered around, presumably for land-oriented Pokemon.
Floor is lava.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, it's a water gym. Like it's gonna favour the home team, isn't it? So Misty and Ash trash talk before. Ash is pretty confident about this because he's fighting a girl, so this is gonna be easy for him.
Shouting from one end of a pool to the other.
Yeah, exactly.
Not a bother.
My dad's bigger than your dad bullshit. Yeah. So it's a 2v2 battle. That's what we've been told.
Cool.
So Ash tries to throw out Pikachu, but he doesn't want to fight Misty. He actually just clings onto his arm going, no, stop. So Misty praises Pikachu and is like, oh, I love you more. It's like having Tina around. So Ash changes attack and sends out Butterfree instead.
Not a bad shot.
At which point Misty calls out Staryu, and obviously the Pokedex pipes up here about Staryu and says a central stone is a possible form of jewelry, which means that somebody is harvesting Staryus for fucking Pandora chains, basically.
Yep.
Which is a terrifying idea. Again, a very odd line for the writers here. Leave it to a girl to show off her jewelry. Because men don't wear jewelry. They never have and they never will. It's
like, imagine a man with a Staryu.
Yeah, it's
like, it's just stupid.
That's so lame, like.
Yeah. Like, everyone loves a shiny Pokemon.
Mm.
So why not have a shiny Staryu?
No, I'm afraid to say the societal norm says you only must have manly Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Especially at this
like
time.
An Onyx.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Geodude. It's just like a rock with arms.
Geodude. Geodude is the only like manly Pokemon out there.
Yeah.
Machoke, Machamp, the lads.
Oh yeah.
You know, imagine going out with the
Machamp.
night. Yeah, imagine going out with for a point with Machamp. Fucking 4 points at once, like knocking down those Hindmeisters, like. So, Misty wants to battle as the three girls speculate that Misty could actually win. So at which point, lads, it's time for a gym battle. Let's fucking switch to battle mode.
Pew pew pew.
So, the battle starts off proper with Butterfree tackling Staryu to the mat.
Okay, good.
Staryu, he counterattacks then with a spinning maneuver, but Butterfree dodges. It tackles Staryu again, so he jumps into the water and hits a water gun at Butterfree. Direct hit at Butterfree, dodges the next few shots, and then Ash calls for a stun spore and Staryu is paralysed. So far so good from Ash here. So Misty says Staryu's in real pain, but Ash questions how could she know? Because apparently Misty is sensitive to other people's feelings. It's a very odd jab there.
Yeah.
Are they sure they're not in a relationship? Because they're bickering like they are. It's weird. Ash argues the point as Seal applauds this domestic they're having. It's just like, oh, this is good shit. This is good shit. Seal's knows what it's about. He's there for the drama.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't care about the gym battle. He's there for the human interest. I'm surprised he didn't have a bowl of popcorn like in his mush waiting for it.
He can't because he's got the badge in his gob.
That's true, actually. Yeah, he's on the clock here.
Yeah.
So Misty tells Staryu to wash it off as it just flops into the pool, like it looks like it's dead.
Yeah.
So after a brief swim, Staryu is back to normal, and apparently Stun Spore doesn't work if you just wash it off with water. Nonsense. Pure nonsense.
Look, I can see the logic to it. In fairness.
Yeah, I guess so. But even still, like, this is just complete horse nonsense.
Yes. Well, yeah, when it comes to the actual game mode, yes.
Yeah, exactly. So Ash retorts to this going, oh, well, if Stun Spore, a powder, doesn't work, I'll use Sleep Powder instead. And Staryu dives to dodge it, and Misty asks for a tackle from the water. It does. It hits Butterfree, but the other shots miss. So Misty confirms what everybody knows. Water Pokemon will always have the advantage in water. Shocked to hear that, lads.
Well, no, electric Pokemon, if you shock the water.
Yeah, very true, yeah. Pikachu cheers Ash questions his loyalty, because again, Seal and Pikachu basically switch sides here.
Yeah.
Mommy, Daddy, please stop fighting.
That's basically what's going on. Like, I don't know who I love the most. The Scissors fawn over her sissy's ability, claiming that they had the beauty. So they're thinking like, oh, we got the beautiful genes, she got the actual trainer genes. Oh, that makes so much more sense. No wonder we got our ass kicked 5 minutes ago. So one more tackle sends Butterfree into the water as Ash withdraws it because it's now flopping around in the sea.
Yeah.
Pidgeotto then comes out and Misty withdraws Staryu for Starmie. So Ash tries to whirlwind it away, but Starmie dives into the water, hits Pidgeotto with a tackle. Pidgeotto then smacks it with a wing attack, it seems, but Starmie counters with another tackle. Pidgeotto then uses Gust, which blows Starmie away. Starmie's jewel flashes then, meaning its energy is low.
It's like the only one that does that.
Pretty much, yeah.
There isn't any other that has like a...
It literally has that like low HP music.
Like the other ones have like scuff marks to let you know they're hurt.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. It's kind of like... I like it in a way. It makes it unique. So Ash tries to deliver then the finishing blow, but a shaking interrupts. And something bashes through the wall and crashes into the gym.
Dun dun dun.
We'll get to that in a minute, but first, we're going to take control then and see, like, obviously this does kind of end in a bit of a stalemate, but let's work out to see if we can figure out a winner here. So, the teams as they are, Ash, first off, has Pidgeotto and Butterfree. So Butterfree knows the usual, level 17, Tackle, Stun Spore, and Sleep Powder.
Yeah.
But here's the cool thing. Pidgeotto now is quite over-leveled because of Wing Attack.
Oh yeah.
So Wing Attack is learned in the game at level 31, which, if we're to presume we're following the game logic here, that means Pidgeotto is level fucking 31.
It evolves at 36 at the end of the series, so it just
stalls.
It just does nothing for the next.
He's a passenger.
Episodes.
Yes.
Well, in fairness, he's like, I am so done with these, low level chums.
Yeah. Maybe he started like disobeying, and that's why he never uses it.
Yeah,
again.
he's actually like 2 level up for
Ash
control.
Yeah, but Ash is that dense that he doesn't understand. Like, he's not getting burnt, so he doesn't understand that he's being ignored.
That's true. Yeah. So Pidgeotto's other moves in this sense is Whirlwind and Gust.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Misty, not great to be fair. We don't have much to work with here. We think Staryu is around level 17 because of just Tackle and Water Gun. Starmie, on the other hand, we think is lower because it has no moves at all, just Tackle.
Is Starmie not one of, since it's a Waterstone evolution?
Yes.
It doesn't learn any new moves after it evolves.
Exactly.
So
that's
it was
what we
evolved
think.
when it only knew Tackle, so it could be anything.
We see this is the thing. You see, Staryu would learn Water Gun at 17, so we know that it's below that.
Evolved pre-17.
Pre-17, yeah.
But
so
it could be any level.
it could be anything
that.
underneath that. Yes, exactly. So we would. This is just an assumption, calling it level 16.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, it is like well under-leveled in that sense.
Yeah.
Regardless. So the battle would start with Butterfree versus Staryu. I don't know which side you want to pick, James. Ash or Misty?
Well, in this case, unfortunately, the stronger hand looks to be Ash's, so I'll start off with that one.
Yeah. So you kind of go off with the Stun Spore is a sensible option, really, isn't it? Or Sleep Powder.
One or the other. I'd say Sleep Powder would probably be the better one because you actually
nullify the attack.
For
yes.
So I'd probably go with Sleep Powder over the Stun Spore, given the choice, and then spam Tackle.
Yeah.
At that point. Does Butterfree not have other moves, Whirlwind and...
It would probably have...
It didn't have Confusion at this point.
No, it wouldn't. It would have... It ideally would have something like Confusion, but I don't think it learns it just yet.
Grand.
So you'll get the powder moves first.
Yeah.
It would know Poison Powder as well, but we don't know this in terms of the cartoon.
Yeah.
So ideally you'd have a move like Gust or Confusion, but I don't have that information to hand when I learn that.
Yeah. But basically it would be spam, Sleep Powder, and Tackle.
Yeah. So you
until
can
you win.
Yeah, exactly. So in a way, like Starmie is pretty easy pickings as well because it just has that one move. We assume because we don't see it doing anything else. That does get rectified in later episodes.
Oh yeah, it gets a few
Does
moves.
Tackle have such a low hit rate in the games? I'm
no,
trying
Tackle
to
is
remember.
100% hit, but it's a weak hit.
Yeah, but I'm just looking at all the misses that Misty had.
Yeah,
that's the Butterfree and everything.
Well, that's part of the logic in this as well of jump into the water and you can avoid.
Yeah,
makes sense for the show, but not for the games.
Yeah. No, that's just
observation. Yeah.
So actually, there does Starmie no dive.
Well, that's true.
Getting into the water.
Well, again, you can make the argument. I mean, there is a cheeky little rapid spin every now and then as well. So again, moves that did not exist back then. And then they realised, oh, that was a good idea. Let's use that.
Yeah. Maybe from the game, like.
Yeah.
Or from the
show. Yeah. So again, I reckon that Butterfree would probably take Starmie. If you do the same tactic, you're not okay. Granted, it probably has taken a few hits from Staryu.
Yeah.
With the water gun. So you make the argument that Butterfree would do at least some bits on Starmie, and then Pidgeotto murders it with Wing Attack.
Yeah.
So I think Ash would totally win here, and this is not even including Pikachu. If Pikachu was always playing ball, murder.
It does make sense that to make a bit more kind of suspenseful. Like that. Pikachu opts not to fight against his best friend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
definitely not Ash.
Definitely not. No. Jesus, let's not kid ourselves here, okay? But it's Ash all day here. Misty would not have a chance.
I feel like Pikachu feels like he's Ash's carer.
I think that's the way it works. It's again, I think someone makes that joke later on, going is the Pokemon training you? And that's what it is. So we think Ash wins here straight out. So back to the action. The machine from earlier has been put on wheels, and it has this kind of iron hull, I guess the best way to describe it. So it looks like a ship. and a nice exhaust pipe, because you do need an exhaust on something like that, lads, in fairness. So the sisters then are not worried about like, oh no, someone has interrupted the battle. Oh no, someone has destroyed our building. No, they're questioning Jesse's hair. That's the problem they have here. That's what they latch onto.
In fairness, yeah, I can understand that. Like if you saw someone with a like Marge Simpson hair walking down the road, that would be like who happened to be.
If they had bashed into my building, the first thing I'd ask is, what the fuck are you doing bashing into my building? And then, what's wrong with your hair? Like, one over the other, surely. Like thousands of euros of criminal damage. But the real criminal damage is that fucking hairstyle, sir.
Like, this absolutely fits into the character of them.
Yeah, I guess. So yeah, that's true. They're probably like real kind of trust fund their kids as well. Like, they just get daddy to pay back for it, like, you know.
Misty definitely was the runt then.
Yeah, like, she was a punk. So Team Rocket slowly pop out from the bow of the vehicle, and they say their motto, blah blah blah. So Rocket confirms that water Pokemon has the advantage, but then they get rid of the water. Master plan, lads.
Yeah.
So Ash realizes 5 minutes later that they were the burglars.
Smart boy.
He is good, isn't he? Like, he just gets there. Like,
he could get a job working with Jenny.
Yeah.
In fairness, he'd probably rise the ranks fairly quickly.
Sergeant in 2 weeks.
That just explains Looker, really, doesn't it? From the games. He's actually just like a similar like person to Ash, going like, aha, yes, I am the detective. It was like,
actually, am I remembering wrong, or in like at the end of the season, is there an episode where like a Growlithe is like an Officer Growlithe?
Yeah, I think there is a Officer Growlithe, yeah.
Oh god.
To be fair though, Growlithe would be a much better police detective than Jenny.
Yeah.
Not in this time.
No. Well, that's true, actually. Yeah, like that's not his jurisdiction.
Yeah.
So the sisters are distraught at them stealing their water, and it's like, okay, well, if you want it back, then we'll give it to you, and he just blasts them with the fucking with the water. Then, so this is obviously the tactic. So they flush everyone back into the pool practically, and Misty saying like, they have to protect the Pokemon, all this stuff. Obviously, the sisters worry about her hair because she's just done it up. Oh, yeah. Totally understandable.
Wasn't she just in the water?
But that's the thing, like, there's nothing worse than like drying your hair and then going out in the rain and getting all wet again.
These are things that men don't have to deal with.
Yeah.
Like, this is not our remit. So yeah, Meowth sucks the water back up then, and it takes Seal and Pikachu with it. So Ash realizes, oh wow, electric is strong against water, Thunderbolt, and destroys
Seal.
Everything. Yes, Seal. What happened to Seal here? Anyway. James comes out with a very unusual line, and it's times like this that makes me want to go straight. And we'll just leave that there, where it belongs.
Yeah.
So they fall into the water, get sucked up by their own machine, and the water spouts out everywhere, and they make puns, the whole stuff, and Seal's outside, clapping along, loving this shit.
Absolutely. So there's your answer. The grand plan was to suck the water out and just chuck it outside.
Pretty
it's
much.
A pipe to nowhere.
Yeah.
So... Great plan.
Master plan, lads. They really thought it through. So yes, they get sucked up and blasted off again.
Yep.
Which is where we come in, lads.
What should they have done?
Yes.
Is have a tank ready to collect the water in.
Yes, so let's set the stage here. So Ash and Misty are in the late stages of the gym battle, okay? Yep. We've got Pidgeotto and Starmie looking weary, looking like they're weak targets. Team Rocket have previously broken into Machine Shop and stolen a giant vacuum and hose. What should Rocket do? So you said a tank, like, use the kind of like the ship as a kind of the tanker for water. Yeah. So you're saying
like a storage facility for what they're stealing. You know, okay. I don't... Yeah, that's...
I'm going to build on your idea here.
Oh.
Ooh. Collaborating. We've never done this before.
Use the hose to suck up the water. Now, their plan was to use the hose to take the water out. Easy Pokemon picking.
Yeah.
There is no Pokemon to pick apart from a Seal.
The
Pokemon are at the Pokemon Center. They now have a tank and they're able to put out water at a high pressure at a high speed.
Yeah.
Take that tanker of water, flood the Pokemon Center, reclaim the water again, and you have all the Pokeballs in your tank.
Oh, that's good. I like that. I like that a lot. You see, I was going to go for something a lot more comical, where like they basically have like somehow contrived. They have the vacuum hose, right? They have all this stuff, right? I was gonna think like it's a pretty big area, right? So they've got the aquarium there as well.
Yeah.
So I had considered like they had if they're able to somehow get the hose in somewhere, like from the aquarium into gym, whatever it is, right? So but get the hose in there somewhere, right? And such that it's in the pool that they're in now, right? And literally as the battle goes on, right? Once a Pokemon goes into the water, boop. But Starmie, where are you? Okay, that's a bit awkward. Go, Starmie. Starmie knocks fucking Butterfree into the water. Go. Like, the fuck is Butterfree gone? It's like, okay, Pidgeotto, go. Knocks into Starmie. For fuck's sake, what's going on with this pool? Out goes Pidgeotto. And then, okay, right, we have no course of action, lads. Bring out Pikachu and Seal. Seal goes into water. Pikachu goes into water. And then there's 6 Pokemon already, and everyone just goes, oh, it must be just a problem with the pool. All the while, the hostmen are drawn and they're fucking setting sail to adventure.
You're relying on the hose actually going somewhere as well.
Yeah.
Not just going outside the door.
Exactly. Like the hose is actually being used as a hose. Not just like as like a weapon, basically. Like use it for its intended purpose. You know. And like I said, it's a massive aquarium. They could easily just have like parked that thing outside and just put the hose through one end or the other.
Yeah.
Granted, I would probably need the floor plans for this to make sense. But in my mind, the most whimsical way would be to just like take the Pokemon as they're battling.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that'd be funny.
But
that'd been good.
But no, in fairness now, I'm completely married to your idea of flooding the Pokemon Center. That is good shit. That is good shit.
I have to go with that one too.
Yeah, that's really good.
Thank you.
Yes, so as I said, Seal waves off Team Rocket. Pikachu's still getting sucked into the water, but Ash runs along the pool, and as Pikachu goes up the hose, Ash climbs onto the makeshift ship, leaps for the lever, pulls it down, and saves Pikachu.
There is no risk right now. Pikachu will just get knocked outside.
Well, like by a long distance, so like it would be implied that like be going on the same trajectory as Team Rocket. So
fair enough.
You know, so Water Pikachu comes spouting out of the hose. Daisy catches Pikachu. They all get soaked, but fuck it, they're water trainers. They're used to that shit by now.
Yeah.
So they survey the damage as Misty reflects that they didn't get to finish their match, with Ash suggesting that he was about to win. Sister suggests that it was a no contest. Ash laments that he won't get the Cascade badge. Daisy says no and says she'll give it to him. Misty obviously complains because, you know, like, null and void. Hello, what's going on here?
Yeah.
But Daisy explains that Pikachu saved the day and Ash would have won anyway if Pikachu was actually willing to do his job.
But he wasn't.
He wasn't, but, you know, I mean, like, it's hypotheticals here.
If Ash was a good trainer, he could win.
Yeah.
That's basically what they're saying.
That's basically the gist of it, yeah.
Yeah.
So Sunset over the gym, the girls give somewhat encouragement to Misty to be a good Pokemon trainer. She might as well be good at something as she'll never be a star. Oh, getting the jabs in. But it's all banter. They're all just having sisterly banter. I don't know what that's like. So Brock just runs in and catches up with them and goes like, oh hey, did everything go well? Yes, it did. Cool, let's move on.
Yep.
And that's it. That's all he says. He just goes, cool, are we ready to go? Yeah, we're ready to go, aren't we? Yeah. Come on, can we go now?
I always got from watching this as a kid, I suppose, that he knew Misty was going to do the whole challenge bit, because he would have known that she was related to the gym sisters.
Yes.
Okay.
And he didn't want to put her under pressure, and he was doing a nice thing of letting her fight her own battle.
Fair enough.
That's what I got from it. I wasn't kind of going down the seedy route if he's off to get his hole, but you know.
No, I didn't say he got his hole. He
tried. Yeah. I mean, there was an attempt made. And the less said about it, the better, really.
That poor pseudo would have.
Yeah. Let's not talk about that again.
No.
So anyway, Ash shows off his badge. He fobs it off. They start leaving.
Yeah.
Misty's still arguing to toss over the battle as the camera pans out to the sunset, and that's the end of our episode.
There we go.
So
Misty absolutely should have had a match for Pride.
She should have, but I don't think she's gonna get any kind of purchase off them, really.
No, like she wasn't going to win, as we established, and I think, you know, that would have hurt my feelings and her feelings.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah. So anyway, let's check out the Pokedex. We have 3 new entries this week. You were shocked to hear they're all water Pokemon.
Yeah.
And the first one is Seal. You might want to brace yourselves here for this one, guys. It's based off a Seal.
It is, I think, the laziest one they've ever made.
Probably.
Oh,
I mean,
no, like some of the later gens I refuse to believe actually exist. That fucking ice cream Pokemon can fuck off.
name wise, it's definitely the laziest. Like, it literally
Yeah.
it's just and like Dugong, I think like I get the feeling they were just like Pokemon for the sake of Pokemon in that sense.
Yeah.
I still loved it. I still like Seal. Like I still love its happy little face and clapping and all this shit.
It's basically a prototype for Piplup as well.
For Popplio, yes.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, in fairness, like that's a good shout. It's obviously got some elements of a narwhal with the horn on its head and all that. And it evolves into Dugong Paradise type, which was a bit of a bad idea in hindsight, but here we are. But yeah, I like Seal. I can't say further than that. The other two Pokemon we met for the first time officially was Staryu and Starmie.
Yeah.
Staryu, first of all, quite a lot about this one. It's supposed to be a starfish.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be kind of, I guess, I choose to believe it's kind of meant to be like, it's a very unusual looking Pokemon. Like it doesn't have a face or anything like that. So
yeah,
I guess it has this kind of like extraterrestrial vibe off it, you know?
Never got alien off it, just like a deep sea kind of vibe.
Maybe, yeah.
But yeah, it's weird in that it doesn't have a face.
Yeah.
Is it meant to be a shell with a diamond in it, or like what is the the brown material? That is what I've always. It's like. What did it feel like? Yeah.
It's supposed to be like I think the idea of it is like it's basically just a starfish with like a kind of a ring. Like, there's like a ring as its centerpiece, you know. Fun fact about the naming though, why is it called Staryu and then Starmie? You have Star, obviously, which is the starfish aspect of it, but U is the Chinese for fish.
Ah.
Yeah,
huh.
that's where they get from, and they kind of do the same thing with like other translations as well. But that's the whole idea. So it's literally a starfish.
Yeah.
And I think then they kind of do something clever then with Starmie, which we'll get to soon. So speaking of actually, and you'd be shocked to hear it, like the jewel is meant to be a ruby. I don't think that's shocking news at all, really. So Starmie then. It's basically two starfish stuck on together. You get these kind of like, I really love Starmie. It's like it's one of my like go-to Pokemon for like some sort of like campaign or team or whatever it is. Just from battling wise, it does everything. Like it's.
I had it in one of our Pokemon Madness games.
I believe you did.
It was in Sun Moon, the Sun Moon one, I think.
I think so. Yes. And it was great. It's a solid all rounder. Like you can what you can do like Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Psychic. You're covered. You're fucking covered.
Yep.
And
recovery.
Yes, also good too. So yes, the naming convention here is obviously Star for Starfish.
Yeah.
With MIE is the Chinese for gem.
Okay.
Or Chinese for jewel.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because obviously it's like its face now is that they're kind of like packing up even more now.
Yeah.
And there's a few kind of like references to like mythology as well. It bears a sort of a resemblance to the Star of Ishtar, which has the kind of the multiple points on it, you know. So you kind of see it there. We have shown a picture of it here. So you see like the Starmie kind of has like, it's like the two stars kind of put together at different angles. So you get like an 8-pointed star, which is what Ishtar is supposed to look like.
Yeah.
So again, quite a clever, very subtle reference there. Like it's not like something that you would really.
You know, as a kid, it's just like you and me. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, basically.
And that works as well.
Yeah, and it works as well. Like it works just as well.
Exactly. So yeah, that's it then. So our Pokédex count at the moment is 25 seen and 5 caught.
Okay.
Ash really not taking the hint in the whole catching part, is he?
No.
That seems to be slacking ever so much. But that is it for this episode, lads. Thank you for listening. Thank you for enjoying that entire episode. Check us out on the Foxy Bros podcast, which we just did yesterday. Really good listen. Trust us on that one because we delve into like Pokemon conspiracies. And we talk about our old Pokemon things we did as well. So you want to check out more of our stuff. And obviously check us out on the Low Blows Network. We're going to be here every Tuesday. And then we put up like video versions of this on our Nerds Are Us channel. But apart from that, lads, we'll see you next week. Because we have a very tough fucking Sandshrew to deal with next week.
Oh, yay.
And a very witty commentary on what Pokemon trainers are actually like in the universe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And turns out they're cruel fucking bastards.
Absolutely.
So, until then, lads, we'll see you next week on the Jellyfill Donna podcast.
See ya.
Bye.